Is that Turing? Well, I Adams!
Yeah, so my name's Alex, and I completed my PhD, written up, submitted, defended, graduated. Thank you. I crave approval. So, even when you do a little contactless payment and it says approved, that it's good. But the difficulty is that I passed sort of 2.5 years ago now. So what does that mean? That means I'm a doctor, but it also means that I'm in this kind of really interesting, kind of fun, challenging, but, beautiful kind of limbo between writing up the doctoral work and hopefully, proceeding on to some kind of academic employment. Now, this is a little sort of space that everyone who passes a PhD has to kind of occupy for a little while. Like I say, I've been there for 2.5 years, but there's a guy I know, it's different for everyone, There's a guy I know who got his first academic job the day after he defended his thesis, and that's fine. That's good. I'm happy for him. I'm proud. He deserves it. It's great. Because I'm lucky because I don't get jealous. I just get these piercing fucking headaches. Sorry, and a controllable desire to kick stuff, but not really jealousy, right? Because you have to stay positive. After you graduate from your PhD, and I've got a little strategy for that. I've got a little kind of set of kind of like motivational rewards, which keep me motivated. For example, every time I get a job interview, I get a nice, smart haircut. That was good. But anyway, I'm going to just talk about the kind of weird octopus that squats on my brain, which is my sort of employment anxiety. I thought it would be interesting to talk about something that I think all academics or everyone who works in research anyway can sort of identify with or recognise in some way, and that's the feeling that sometimes it's difficult to explain exactly what it is. It's difficult to explain exactly what it is that you do. Not just to non-academics, but to people in different fields, and also, sometimes people in your own field who just do things a little bit differently to you. And maybe that's because research is kind of solitary and specialised, but I don't think it has to be mysterious. I've had lots of different jobs, in my life. I've been a pot wash, I've been a waiter, I'm currently a bartender, it's great. But I don't think research has to be mysterious. I think there's lots of kind of fundamental experiences across all employment, which, we can all sort of recognise. For example, procrastination, far too much Netflix, and kind of tragic cans of lager at 8:30 in the morning, sort of crushing, terrible, vertiginous loneliness. Ice cream in bed on your own, crying, and like that sort of weird sense that time itself has kind of turned into a sort of bleak, undifferentiated, meaningless soup. That's just normal. I think we all agree that's like normal, healthy, happy research life, right? And I think everyone, not even academics, everybody can identify with that. Sometimes I think, research is like a dream. Like a terrible anxiety dream, where you're unprepared and apologising and for some reason wearing a Hawaiian shirt. But it's a dream, and I think that's, it's really good. So, I think the process of research is really relatable for everybody, and I don't, so I think maybe, perhaps for me, why I find it difficult to explain what I'm doing, maybe it's something to do with my actual research. I research the literary, filmic and popular cultural representation of political torture in the War on Terror. So, fun, frothy, family-friendly stuff. It's fine. But sometimes it's difficult to get people to know exactly what it is that you're interested in. I'll explain it to you. Like, in my book, I've written a fucking book, right? Why am I on the top? But in there, it kind of, it's about why torture's wrong, it's about counter-terrorism, it's about kind of colonial war and racism. There's a chapter on Guantanamo, for example, so I don't know why it is that I've explained it fairly clearly there, but I don't know, for some reason, in conversations with other academics or even, people in your life, the people who are kind of close to you, sometimes it's difficult. There are kind of misconceptions about what you think, about what you do, and, I'm not sure why that is. I mean, I'll give you an example. When I wrote up the thesis, I submitted it in late 2013, like I say, and the woman I was going out with at the time, she thought she should give me some kind of research-themed treat, like to celebrate what I'd submitted. Right, and that's nice, it's a generous thing to do, what's wrong with that? But there were two sort of kind of minor misconceptions. And like the first one, the writing up year has a kind of reputation as being really kind of bleak and tough, but as I said before, maybe she didn't realise this about me, I don't experience negative emotions like like stress or fatigue or kind of hollow constant sadness or preoccupying perpetual self-doubt. I don't experience that. So it was nice of her to worry about me, but I mean, the final year I did have to work 3 jobs while I was writing up, and I had way too much. I had 60,000 words too much, right? So it's like refining a kind of storm cloud down into an ice cube, and so it was tough. And also my dad died at Christmas, but that was inconvenient timing, really. So it wasn't anything to do with. It was fine. It was fine. So it was nice of her to worry, but also she was right. I never put weight on. I've got great metabolism, so cake is always good for me. But anyway, the second kind of misconception was really to do with kind of, I feel, my ability to communicate my research agenda to the wider public, really. Because this research-themed treat was a cake. It was a confectionery representation of the 9/11 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. Right. Now I feel like that was maybe a failure of my communication, of explanation, because when I thought I was convinced I was saying stuff like I was critical of the Bush administration, but also the Obama administration for the the counter-terrorism policy that kind of scandalously institutionalized torture. I thought I was saying stuff like that. But apparently I was saying that terrorism is delicious. Because I was fairly certain that it was in fact a 9/11 cake. Because there were 2 kind of thick, wide columns of sponge coated in, it was a really interesting decision, like this kind of grey marzipan. And you don't really see grey food, do you? And somebody once said to me that's because it looks like freshly embalmed human flesh. Well, I couldn't be decisive either way. But anyway, so at the top of what I guess was the sort of North Tower, there was this real kind of lovely big kind of plume of orange and yellow icing with a little sort of toy plane coming out the side. Right, so it was definitely a 9/11 cake. But actually she'd been very tasteful, I think, and very kind of restrained in the way that she put it together. Because I found out later that she decided not to put in little kind of jelly baby jumpers and a little sort of sea of jam at the backside. Now I'm glad she didn't do that. It shows restraint. That's really tasteful, because I think we can all agree that, the jumping didn't start until after the impact of the second plane on the South Tower. So, there's nothing less appealing than a historically accurate atrocity. That's going to the bank as well. That's good. But I just wanted to leave you with a thought, really, because it did raise an interesting question. There was kind of a teachable moment there about myself, really, which I thought was interesting, because I did try a little bit of it. I didn't like the flavour. It was plain. That's just for me, that's good. But the thought that was quite troubling, really, was, so I did eat some. So how offensive does a cake have to be before I won't eat it? Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy it.